Okay, now you can see my face, right? Okay, so what it is, what it do, YouTube? We're over here, grayscaling the page, and very first time doing a live stream like this, going live. So let's see how this works out, right? And for you guys that don't know, I am the creator of Meet a Mumby, which is going to be a series that I made, and is going to be launching in January 2021. It's going to be a magazine. We're going to be coming out with the first three issues. The first two issues are going to be free to read, and the third one is going to be to purchase. But you guys that already subscribed to the channel, you guys already know this. We are multiple artists with multiple series that's going to be coming out. So stay tuned for that. Right now, let me see if I could get my screen to show. It's the first time me doing StreamYard, so bear with me, guys, right? I believe it's like this. Let me know if you guys can actually see my critter thing. Let me check it out. So yeah, I believe so. Okay, so we're in this. Right now, I am just grayscaling the page. If you guys have um, any type of questions, you can. I'm trying to hide this toolbar over here, which I don't know why is it even in the way to begin with. It's kind of annoying, but whatever, it is what it is. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, so that's a toolbar like right in front of my face. That's it. Okay, all right. I got that out the way. All right, so let's do this. Alrighty. If you guys have any questions, if anybody ever pops in, I'll be reading it from the comments. So yeah, guys. Like I said, I want to start live streaming a little bit more. I'm gonna start doing a little bit more things because we got to get this channel up and going, right? We got to start doing something. I'm not always in the mood to be recording videos, just due to a simple fact that I got a lot of things going on. I've been working on my chapters, getting them ready for the whole situation, making sure that everything is up to date pretty much. If you want to know a little bit more about my story, or if you want to see a little bit more about my art while I'm live streaming or whatever, you can go ahead and visit the Instagram page. It's called at Slap Punch Enterprise. So it'll be at slap underscore punch underscore enterprise. You should look me up on Instagram to see more of my pages, more of my art. If you want to look up the art of the other artists that are going to be coming out within the Slap Punch Enterprise magazine, you go ahead and look them up at Misu Blinger. She is the creator of Oshimaru, and at Beyond Perfect, which is the creator of Caster Trials. So you can go ahead and look that up. Right now, I'm just cleaning up all the gray from the smudges. Also, I just wanted to let you guys know that I am actually new to Critter. I'm actually new to Critter. Actually new to grayscale and anything. To be totally honest. First time ever me trying to do, like a series and stuff like that. If you guys want to see the actual picture that I'm grayscaling, give me a moment because I'll actually show it right now. I'll show you some other ones that I've done so far. So the actual picture that I'm grayscaling would be this one. You can see there's a whole bunch of debris under him and rocks coming up. Bow down before your king. I should have erased the words inside the word bubble, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I really have no secrets to hide. So yeah, this is what we're doing today. Um, Right now, what I'm doing, I'm just applying the flat color, right? The flat grades to everything that's, you know, part of the same color. I don't know how you guys do it, but however you guys do it, just let me know. And let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and let's do the do. So yeah, I probably need to be doing. I know there's different techniques and different ways that people grayscale, that people color in general. I know a lot of people be using like lasso tools and stuff to select like the areas and et cetera, et cetera. I am self-taught. I haven't looked up videos or anything about grayscaling or doing anything else. So this is just the way I do my stuff. I have a lot of fun actually doing it too, as well at the same time. So it is what it is. So let me tell you a little bit more about my story about what Me the Mumby is, or about what the whole situation of Slap Punch Enterprise is in a whole. And Me the Mumby is a series about this half mummy, half zombie. The name Mumby. What happens is that he wakes up 7 years after the zombie war, and he has no recollection of who he is or what he is. So pretty much, he is going through this world that is in utter chaos, where people don't like zombies, because of all the crazy stuff that happens. And he's pretty much fighting back to get back his memory. He's trying to remember who he is, while all this other crazy situation happens with him. Humans have evolved in this world. That's the way that they fought back against the zombies to begin with. So there is powers. There is a power system. Like I said, in January, you guys will be able to read the very first two issues. So you'll see what the story is actually about. But I'm going to tell you right now, it's full pack of action, adventure, comedy, drama, all of that. It should be a very good ride. So yeah, Slap Punch Enterprise, company that me and a group of artists came together to actually try to do, or that we're going to accomplish, because we wanted to get our stuff out there. We wanted to get our stories out there so people can enjoy it. So we decided to put together a magazine and put our stuff together so that people could be able to consume our product, basically. So yeah. hmm Right now, the main protagonist Mumby is fighting against this dude that uses rocks, apparently, if it wasn't obvious, as a power system, right? So the dude uses rocks, and it's just this great. This is there's a great story behind the whole fight. There's actually multiple things going on within this one chapter, and I hope you guys really enjoy it when you go and actually check it out. So currently, I have let me see, this is page 22. I have 78 pages done. You know, as you can see, I do stuff traditionally, scan it in. I fill in the black before I scan it in as well. And then the only thing I have to do is just add the the words inside the word bubbles and grayscale, which that's what you're watching me do right now. That's what we are on. These should be the rocks that should be flying up towards his way. And I hope you guys can hear me. I hope that the volume quality is actually good. Hopefully. like I said, first time on Streamlab, going live and doing all this other craziness. So might have to find a better setup or something, right? But we'll find out after this one thing. If you guys want to know a little bit more about the artists that are within the Slap Punch Enterprise, I know the creator of Oshimaru. She is very talented. She has a lot of skills. Love her artwork. Very good storytelling on top of all of that. Um, so that should be one fun ride. It is action based. It has adventure. It has drama and all of that. So yeah, Cast the Trials as well as you hear it. Cast the Trial. Um, it should be a good ride as well. It's about this girl named Effie, and within the world there's like this magic academy, and and there's a lot of magic going on, a lot of fighting, a lot of trials that she has to go through. Hence the name Cast the Trials, and that should be a good run as well. So yeah. So yeah, I've been creating this story now. Um, I have season one and season two already written out. I see a comment here from somebody. Oh, Mr. Vanny. Oh man, qué lo que tú dices, mi loco. Oh man, for real. But yeah, what I was saying. Oh yeah, that I created this story around almost 2 years ago. I think it is. I have written out season one and season two entirely. Storyboarded, I have the very first 18 chapters. So that should be a very good ride. Over like 400 pages. Sketched, already sketched. I have 11 chapters sketched. Out of those 11 chapters that are sketched, I have currently 8 of them inked. So what I'm doing now is scanning in and grayscaling and putting in the words inside the word bubbles to actually, have a finished product, basically. So that's what I'm doing right now. But yeah, um, before I actually started even doing this, um, I had a crazy journey because I had like 7 years without drawing. So I had to start drawing again, and oh my god, 7 years without drawing is a long time. And when you come back, I mean, your art style was like all wacky. I mean, my art style wasn't like the best to begin with. But it is different, and you have to learn about the anatomy and the camera angle and depth perception and all of this stuff. And then it is a task. And I'm not gonna lie to you, the best way that for you to actually learn how to do these things, in my opinion, from my own personal view about everything, is that you actually go out there and you just try to make a comic. You try to make a comic, you try to make a graphic novel, you try to make your series. Because I'm gonna tell you the truth, I actually went head like hands on into the series right away, and I did the very first 8 chapters. And within the journey of me doing the very first 8 chapters, I actually found out what's the flow of my panels, how many panels I wanted per page, how I wanted to present the whole situation, how to actually write. Like you pick it all up, right? And I just spent this entire year doing this until I found my style. I found everything that I wanted to do, and then when I was happy with it, I started redoing it again. I started redoing it again because you have to redo it again. You have to go in and do everything because since your style is totally different, since your paneling is totally different, and now different camera angles, you have to erase everything you did at first and just go back to it, fix up the story, and I'm telling you, it will be a lot better. So that's the road I took. I wasn't copying other people, and what I mean about copying, not just strictly copying, A lot of people call it studying, which is true. It's not really copying; you're just studying the different art styles and stuff like that. So I didn't study any type of art style. I always just stuck to mine. I stopped doing a lot of things that really didn't make sense, right? I stopped doing a lot of things that really didn't make sense, like video games. I quit playing video games for an entire year to really focus. I quit doing a whole bunch of different stuff, while going into work. I used to write by the time, I used to write 30 minutes a day. I used to write 30 minutes a day until I actually finished the chapter written. Um, if you actually write 30 minutes a day within a month, within 30 days, that's 15 hours total that you have in writing. 30 minutes a day, it won't feel that way. But after that month is over, or 2 months or 3 months, that you have 30 or 45 hours of writing time, believe me, you are going to notice everything. Like that's how I actually, started and finished, from chapter 1 through chapter 8, written down and storyboarded while I was working. And it's crazy. Then I had to go into character design, which that was fun. I mean, I mean, it was a headache, but it was fun. It was fun. Created a ton of characters, ton of different concepts, backstories, powers, personality, all of that. So it's a lot of things that you have to do to actually get yourself situated before you can actually start doing the real story that you want to do. And I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Once you have all of that down packed, the characters pretty much write themselves. They're like straight up, like they write themselves. It's like every character has their own personality. And right now, there's times that I start thinking about like what would Mummy will say in this situation, or what would Pollen will say in this situation, and it will pop up like immediately, and it's crazy. So it's very fun seeing, seeing and writing how I am going to throw in my characters into different type of situations, and how are they going to act about it. So that's one thing that you actually pick up over time, which is actually good. Let me zoom out of this. So yeah. hmm Well, right now I don't think we have any viewers, but it's all Gucci because it's all good. Very first time me doing this either way. Don't really have a lot of subscribers. I'm hoping that would change with hard work and dedication, of course. But yeah, let's keep doing this. Grayscaling and the rocks. Oh man, there was this one page that was just full of rocks one time, and that was a journey, like a really, really, really journey with grayscale and all the rocks, especially when you start doing rocks effect and you have to sketch and then start inking it, and you have like these tons of rocks everywhere, and that's very, very time consuming. Woo! Oh man, especially since you're trying to make the fight look as epic as ever. So you have to do it one way or another. That's all I have to say. If you ever have plans of giving up, um, just fight through it. Just struggle through it, because at the end you will feel good for real. You will feel good about yourself, because an accomplishment is an accomplishment. For a long time now, I've felt bad because I beat myself up a lot, for the 7 years that I spent not doing anything, not drawing or anything else. And when it came back, it really came back to bite me. I didn't use it as an excuse to be like, oh, no, I'm not going to do anything because I spent 7 years about drawing. There's a lot of people that use it as an excuse, that use it as a motivation. And yeah, man, now I'm here drawing every day. There's a video where I have like a motivational video, and it's pretty much I sketched 60 pages in 1 month. So I lasted an entire month sketching. I did 60 pages of my story, and I actually got a few chapters done that way. And it was, through hard work and perseverance. Hard work and dedication. A lot of times, I know you get into a slump. You don't want to deal with it. Things get crazy, to be totally honest. But at the end of the day, all you have to do is just stick through it. Stick through it, and things will go down smoothly. Not smoothly, but but yeah, but yeah. This page is I won't call it a simple page. I won't really call it that. No page is simple. A page is a page. Either way, it doesn't matter how much art you put into it, how much detail you put into it, or anything like that. But page is a page. But this page is one of many. In a while after I finish putting on the base to everything on the page, I'll probably go by and show you some pages that I've already have grayscale, so you can see what's up. I wonder. I mean, I've done a live stream before once, and I know it told me that I can save it after I finish the live stream. Since this is through StreamYard, and I really don't know too much about StreamYard, like at all, I wonder, does it do the same? Is it going to give me the options to save it, to save the live stream? If it does, that would be dope. If that really goes down, I'll see if I probably do more streams throughout, not throughout the day, but throughout the days, right? Like in the future, instead of going in hiatus for so long on YouTube. Thing is that the whole situation where I have to stop and record these videos and edit the videos. I really like the videos to be organic. I don't like to edit videos. I like to show me, like the side of me that's me. And I think live streaming would be like the best way of doing it. Yeah. So let's see if StreamYard lets me upload the video to YouTube after I finish the stream. I'll probably do it more frequently. Basically, that's what I'm saying. So yeah. So let's see. We have a few minutes already. Over here, grayscaling started at 2:15. So yeah, we're just starting. Believe me, sometimes I'll be on a page, man. Oh my god. Art is not easy. Art is not easy. You have to have a lot of dedication for it. Sometimes I spend on the page 2 hours, straight up, 2 hours, hours and a half. One time I spent on a page an entire day. Oh my god, I was doing a cover page, and and I spent some hours just because I didn't know how I wanted one character to come out, and I tried so many different type of forms. It wasn't even funny. And oh my god, at the end, I just decided to go for the most simplistic form ever because I wanted for the character to look chill. And at the end, it just came out to be the most simplistic form ever. That's just the way it is. Oh man. So yeah, covers sometimes could be a doozy. Sometimes pages could be a doozy. Sometimes a certain panel that you wanted a certain way, but you're trying to envision something, and then you're trying to get your vision on the paper, like the most close to it as possible. One time I had that problem too. It was this one panel that was just like, whoa, it was real deal doing a number to me, right? I was, man, I was obsessed. I got obsessed with the page, and oh my god, that was crazy. Um, oh man, at the end, I really found out how to do it though. I really found out how I wanted the panel to be. So that was straight. That was straight right there. Hmm. How many more rocks do we got to go? Sí, para allá, ponlo para allá. So how many more rocks do we have to go, man? Oh man, there's a few of them. There's a few of them. Between this, putting down the flat of the gray and then doing like the shading of the gray. I learned that even though you're gray toning, you're grayscaling, there's a lot of things that has to do with like lighting, darks, shadows, and everything else, and it really comes together. I like to have my stuff as detailed as possible. I'm not saying that I'm the most detailed person ever. I wish I was, but um, try to get it out there as much as possible. So I look at nooks and crannies of a lot of different situations, like even like small little tiny rocks. I zoom in as much as I can. Sometimes I even go to 400 and stuff just to get the color in there. And even though you're not going to see it on a regular page, or you're not going to see it to zoom in just to see if that rock is colored, I still color it. I still give it the shading that I should and everything else. I don't know if anybody else do that, but I do, and that's what really takes up some time on the stuff that I be doing. Try to make it a tendency of nothing to go um, unattended, to be totally honest. So yeah, um, if any of you guys that are artists that are watching the live stream, or in the future going to be watching this video, you guys have a series, comment down below and let me know how is your series going. What struggles do you have? Almost did a doozy there. So let me know what type of series are you doing? What type of struggles are you having? Do you have struggles? What phase are you in? Are you just beginning? Are you thinking about the story, or what? Because I would love to hear about that. Also, at the same time, I have a couple of projects in mind that I want to start doing. I'm trying to get out as many chapters as possible to be ready by June 11th, because I want to start up on this new series that I have that's really going to rock people's socks off, I believe. Um, it is an idea that sprung up. It took a while to actually do it. I have to design so many different things for it. It is going to be a TCG series. For you guys don't know, it's going to be a trading card game series. I got the rules down packed. I mean, the game is awesome, right? I know a lot of people say, "Oh no, it's awesome," and it just turns out to be some real crazy stuff. But I've been playing TCGs for some years, for a lot of years now. I've done TCG tournaments seriously. Gone to nationals and everything else. I've come top 16, top 10, and everything, top 5, and all of that. Out of 300 people and stuff like that. And I've been invited to nationals, even though I never went to nationals. Life and work and different type of situations. For you to be traveling over some cards, um, it's kind of tough, right? But yeah, man, I got this real good idea. It should be really fun. Um, you guys would probably, well, not would probably, you guys will have the opportunity to actually see it. Um, I'm gonna launch it through the magazine as well. Um, I don't know how I'm gonna balance two of them, like two series. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna balance two series. I'm gonna probably do the first 4 chapters, and then after that, put it out slowly and throw it out probably as a digital copy book or whatever. Not really to be coming out in the magazine, because it's going to be hard to juggle two, right? I mean, it's hard juggling one sometimes. It's hard juggling one sometimes. So yeah, let's see how this is going down so far. Okay, so we got the gray situated there. Mm-hmm. Let's see what can we do. So now, oh wow, let's go to the characters, right? You can see the black has already been added since I did it traditionally before. Now what I am going to do, I'm going to be adding the other darker gray. Yeah, it should be this one. Is it this one? Yeah, I believe it's this one. Yep, yes it is. Okay, so let's add in the other darker gray for the hair. When I go to create the cover for the magazine, because I got this great image in mind that I want for the cover of the very first issue of the magazine, we'll probably do a live stream, me coloring it or designing it or something. I want to do something, you know. But yeah, not a big fan of showing off pages from time to time. So long as they don't have the words inside the word bubble, it's not really a spoiler. At the end of the day, you still have to read the story to know what the story is about. So don't really count it as spoiler on my end. A lot of people would. I have no judgment on that. You know, everybody's entitled to their own belief. I just say, you know, just because you saw one page or you read a few word bubbles doesn't mean that you're gonna know what the story's about, right? You don't get the entire spoiler. That's like me saying that you went to go see a movie and before you saw it, you know, I'll tell you, oh yeah, you know, Spider-Man goes on the toilet or something, you know, like something like that. Like, is that really gonna mess it up for you? Like, or say, you know, yeah, man, because Spider-Man gets the crap beat out of him. You know, we all know all superheroes like Spider-Man and stuff like that are going to get the crap beat out of them. That's what makes you root for them, right? At the end. And I'm just giving Spider-Man an example, but I'm not really a big comic fan. I have nothing against comics. I just not really a big comic fan. Of course, I know the comic heroes. You know, I grew up with them. You know, Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, the whole Justice League, all of that. Of course, you know, those are my dudes. But at the end of the day, when it comes to storytelling and everything else, I really like the way how the Japanese do it, right? So this is Japanese influenced, but at the same time, I don't let the Japanese dictate how I do my story, dictate how I do my characters. I have a lot of diverse cast within my story. You know, a lot of different races between white, black, Latino, Asian, everything. It's all in here mixed up, and I really like the way how that turns out to be. So yeah, and at the same time, um, my stories are from left to right. I have this belief that you know if my reading orientation is not you know from Asia and I'm not Asian and I don't live over there, and at the end of the day I'm doing my comic or my graphic novel or my manga in English, you know, I should have it fit for a Western type of party, right? For a Western type of viewer, which is from left to right. My sound effects are in English, everything else. I've seen people do like sound effects in Japanese, which there's no harm to that. You know, if that's your preference, go ahead. But at the same time, you know, if you're looking for something a little bit more than that, you know, out of your whole comfort zone of what's preference and what's not, then I think you should really do it from your reading orientation, whatever that might be, from left to right, from right to left, from up to down, down to bottom. You know what I mean? For real. Oh man, that's for real. So yeah, this page is not really too complicated. I might divide this into two streams. Might do this page on one stream and then do another page on another one. Really depends how long this stream goes, right? But yeah, I hope you guys like it. I hope it's chilled, relaxed. Um, Next time around, if you're an artist and you want to come in the stream, let me know. I'll hit you up a link and you can join the whole Streamlab link situation and probably talk about your project. Don't talk about it. I don't know if you want to show some pages or whatever. It's all good. It's all good. I'm up to do a lot of things. You want to ask me questions, you can. Everything is good to go. Everything is everything is acceptable, right? Not everything, but a lot of different things. So that's what's up. That's what's up. So yeah, guys, if you guys are out there and you're watching this stream or you're watching the video after the stream, doesn't really matter. And yeah, just always know that what you do matter. Take your project seriously. If you really want to get it out there, make sure that you have no regrets. Draw into your heart's content. Not everything is going to be perfect. I'm not saying that you should shoot for something that's perfect, but shoot for something that's going to satisfy you, pretty much. If it satisfies you and you feel satisfied with it, you're good to go. Now, one thing is, you feeling satisfied and all of that, and you knowing that you can give it a little bit more and you can make it look a little bit better, that's okay as well. But at the end of the day, just remember that don't let that stop you from putting something out there. Because if that stops you from putting a project out, putting out your work, and now you're seeing yourself 6, 7 years drawing the same thing over and over, it just really makes no sense. It makes no sense. It makes no sense that you're drawing the same thing 5, 6 years. Oh man, I lasted the last 7 years to do chapter 1. Like, whoa, like what you up to? I mean, I would have not saying, keep it mediocre, but there's a point in art where you get to your art doesn't advance for some time because your eyes start catching different little things, right? You start catching little mistakes and you start fixing up little things here and there, here and there. That's good. When you're doing that, that means you're advancing. So when that happens, you just got to keep on going with it. And one thing is you're being naive about how your art really looks, and another thing is that you know how it looks, and if it's good enough to be launched or not, go ahead and launch it. Later down the line, are you going to get better? Yeah, of course. But does that mean that just because you know that you're going to get better, you're not going to launch your stuff? That really makes no sense. It really does not. It really does not. As I say, you get better with experience. How many pages have I done? I don't even know how many pages have I done. But I'm gonna tell you the truth, it's more than 300 pages already. I have illustrated and inked over 300 pages. Way over 300 pages. And I just believe that once you start going hands-on, because this is the thing about hands-on and about you practicing art. When you practice in art, you're a little bit more free, right? You have more of the freedom to say, well, this is just practice, so you don't really give it your all. You don't really give it your all, and since it's just practice, I'm not saying that everybody's like that, because everybody's not like that. Of course not. But at the end of the day, if you can practice while giving it your all, like actually doing like pages, I think that's one of the better ways, right? I'm not saying it's the best way ever, but it's one of the better ways because it's actually going to have you looking for errors. It's actually going to have you saying, no, this doesn't go like this. This goes like that. This is not the correct anatomy. This is not this. This is not that. And it forces you to see all the errors that you have committed when it goes to your character's position, camera angle. You start seeing that you can do that camera angle better than this camera angle, etc. and etc. And that's actually really good. That's how you advance, and my take. That's what I believe. That's how, you know, I've went from that 7 year gap. It kind of sounds like Dragon Ball Z, right? 7 years later, the whole Cell saga. Oh my god! But but yeah, so that's how you get out of that 7 year gap, man. For real. I believe I missed the spot of the pants, and I did, and I did. So yeah, we're here doing this. Like I said, I am new to Krita. I don't really know all the tools that you use and stuff. I don't know if this has the lasso tool or not. I've seen people do that where they select a part and they just plop and it gets filled up with color. Like, believe me, I think that would be dope. I haven't seen any YouTube videos. I don't really care about the whole YouTube tutorial situation. I always try to make stuff my own, which I know is very stubborn. That's actually very stubborn. If you could get help, go ahead, get help. I'm not saying don't do it. You know, I'm actually telling you go ahead and get help because there's things in life that, if you would have known sooner, you know, it would be for the best. So, yeah, don't ever be too hard headed to accept somebody's help or whatnot. So, yeah. So let's see so far what I have to do. Okay. I gotta start adding in the shadows now, the hands, the rocks. That's gonna take some time, right? Yeah, that's gonna take some time. But it doesn't matter. This is what we're here for, right? If I believe correctly, this is what we signed up for. We signed up for it. All right. Hmm. So let's go see what's going on over here with the whole pants situation. Like I said before, if you guys want to see more art, I am going to be showing off a couple of pages that I've already have grayscaled a little bit later down the line for those of you who are joining in now within the live stream. I am going to be showing a couple of pages later down the line that I've already got finished, grayscale, toned, inked, lettered, and everything. So you can see pretty much how it is. If you want to see some now, like I said, you could go to my Instagram at Slap Punch Enterprise, and you can look it up if you want to. Want to look up our other artists because, as I said before, this is going to be a project that's going into a manga magazine, hopefully a monthly manga magazine that will be coming out June 2021. So yeah, check that out. And the other artists are Mitsu Blinger. Like I said, she is the writer and artist of Oshimaru, The Legend of Samurai. Very, very awesome story, very awesome art. She is an artist, very, very good artist. One of our other artists is Beyond Perfect, which he is the writer and artist of Caster Trials as well. Very, very good art as well, very good story. So go ahead and check that up if you want to see them. Beyond Perfect Instagram at Misublingo on Instagram as well. I believe she also does commissions, if I believe correctly. So if you like her art, you want to hit her up for some commissions, go ahead, hit her up. You cannot go wrong with her. Like, straight up, you can't go wrong with her. So yeah. Okay, so we got a couple of more people joining in. That's what's up. Let's go ahead and do this. Right now, currently, we are adding pretty much like the shading area. What needs to be shaded, what doesn't. I know a lot of people work by layers, but since this is just the grayscaling part, I don't really care. I don't. Well, not that I don't really care. I work by layers from time to time. But since I do the art traditionally, and then I only grayscale digitally, it's not that big of a deal. Unless if I was like actually like coloring, adding different colors and trying to blend and everything else, then yeah, then I'll be doing it by layer. But a couple of tones of gray, don't really see the necessity of doing that. If I made to add into anything. So yeah, we're here. We added some things. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave a question down below. Um, I'll be able to read it. I'll be able to see it. Okay. So that part. Now let's go. Which color we on? All right. So let's look for the lighter color of gray. Go for the hands. Let's go for the hands right here. So that you can actually see what's up. And we're putting in the shadow of these hands, of the fingers. All of these things you have to take into consideration. I believe somebody's hitting me up in the messages. Okay. So yeah. I believe that was my boy Martinez. Yo, what up? What it is? What it do, Martinez? Where are you? Oh man. Yeah, Martinez is beyond perfect. He is the creator of Caster Trials. One day we'll have him on here and show off a couple of his works, or if he wants to, be grayscaling or coloring. He is a good colorist. I'm not gonna lie to you on that one. I mean, he has awesome art, straight up. So yeah. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like if I'm rambling on, right? But it is what it is. Trying not to make the live stream boring. I usually don't speak while coloring or anything like that. So there's kind of like a hard type of situation that's going on right now. I mean, I do YouTube videos. I speak. I have no problem with speaking, but speaking and doing things at the same time is something new for me. Okay, so somebody said, "What's good?" Okay, so that's Super Soldier. It's all good, my dudes. It's all good. Yo, let me know if you have time. You want to join the stream? You can come in and join the stream, my dude. Hit it up through Streamlab. I'll send you a link if you want a link, and you can join in. Talk a little bit, show off a little bit, and yeah, let people know what Cast the Trial is really about, and what plans do we have for the future. Even though I already mentioned that, but it is what it is. Let me see. Give me one moment. So yeah. Okay, so let's get back to this. So yeah, Me the Mummy's actually action packed, guys. Action packed. It's a very cool story for you guys that really like a lot of adventure. There's a lot of adventure. The main character, our protagonist, Mummy, going through stuff as you see the struggles that he has of everything he has to endure just to um get back his memory. Would he ever get back his memory? Probably. I don't know. But yeah, yeah. All the struggles he has to go through to get back his memory, all the different challenges he has to start facing, and everything else. It's really awesome. It's really awesome. From the time being, I think I have a good plot. I hope I have a good plot. But yeah, I think I have a really good plot with it. Very, very interesting. There's a couple of concepts I throw in that you would not be waiting for. But yeah. But yes, yes, yes. Mhm. So what it is, what it do over here. Adding all the let me see something. But yeah, still over here, Grayscaling my dudes. Let me see. Let me zoom out. Sometimes you gotta zoom out, see what's going on. I have to start doing the other shading. Pum 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 pum. So yeah. So yeah, let's do this, guys. So yeah, when it comes to shade and all of that, you have to really see the fundamentals of shades. There's a lot of things that you can pick up by your regular life, just observing your surroundings and stuff, by observing people, observing even movies, like movies, different camera angles that they do, the way that they go into a scene and everything else, the way the light bounces off a character, the way the shades play a part, all of that you can do it by observing. So like in real life right here when it goes to this, since the fingers overlapping over this part, since it's kind of like a shot a little more tilted, um, coming in from the left side of the character, the shadow should bounce off that way, like going this way, right? So that's why the shadow bounces off that way. And you get a cool little shadow moment with everything else, making sure that you have the shadow of all the fingers, everything, right? I believe so. So yeah, um, it should be good for that. And there's a lot of different little details that I like to make sure that I always capture, but that's me. Everybody have different ways and different motives to do things, right? If I believe correctly. There's nothing wrong with it. There's always more than one way to do something in this life. There's never just one correct way of doing things. That's what I tell people. There's never just one correct way of doing anything. You could do multiple stuff multiple ways and still be as good as the other person, if not even better, right? Everything in this life, that people show you when it comes to art, when it comes to mostly everything else, not saying everything in life, but mostly you can pick it up pretty much on your own by just being smart about the ways that you do things, right? By truly seeing how things go down and you put in your own intake into things, pretty much. Like I remember one time, this person had asked me that how I do my speed lines, and I was like, "Ah, yeah, I just do my speed lines by hand. I don't use the ruler." Oh man, and I remember that person just like acting crazy, like what? You use it by hand? You don't use the ruler? I'm like, yeah, I don't use the rulers. I don't use speed lines with rulers. And is it the incorrect way? I mean, no, not really. Who was the one that made up the rule that speed lines, you know, by obligation has to be used with ruler? I don't know who, but that's just a lie. Oh man, on the for real, for real, man. Oh my god, so that's just funny to me. But yeah, don't really believe too much what people be talking about, man. They just if you have your own way to do stuff, do it. If it's good for you and you see that it actually gives you result, because there's one thing of not listening to somebody that's trying to help you out, trying to get you to be better, and another thing of you not listening to somebody because the way you do it is already good enough. it's two different things, right? But you have to learn how to tell the difference between them both, right? Because there's just some people that just talk just to talk and they don't really know what they're talking about, you know, but they are just trying to help you out. But at the same time, you could get bad advice, you know. So I'm not all into the bad advice. If the advice is good enough and it's good for you to do what you want to do and get you from point A to point B, go ahead. Go ahead. Don't listen to anybody. Just by mistake switched over to this. So yeah, so just go ahead. But yeah, always make sure to double check your work. Always try to double check your work. Like since this is like the part of the shirt that's being lifted up and you see in skin, there should be some type of shadow going there, right? So that's one thing you have to look out for as well. Make sure that you do a good job with the things that you do if you're really serious about it, from what I can tell. But yeah, so let me know if you guys are enjoying the live stream or not. I truly hope you are. Like I said, you know, if you have any questions or any type of comment that you want to leave below, just go ahead, let me know, and I'll answer them for you. All right. So before I go into the whole shadow situation down there, I'm gonna go ahead and use the stuff to color the gas mask, right? Oh, and that's one thing about our protagonist, Mumby. Um, he does have a sense of humor, right? He has a really cool sense of humor. He's not really your average protagonist, you know, like the dim-witted dude that doesn't really know what's going on. You know, he likes to eat, he likes to fight. That's not really Mumby. If you're looking for something like that, you're not gonna get that out of Mumby. Mumby's a little bit, if I were to put into a word, I'll say a little raw, a little frank. He's kind of like me, pretty much. I mean, all my characters are pretty much a part of me, um, of who I am or what makes me me. But yeah, Mumby, he has a very explosive personality. And when I mean explosive, I'm not saying, you know, he's always altered or he's screaming or you know, no. I mean none of that. You know, I mean the dude is just really cool protagonist. He says things in situations where you won't even believe it. He gives people a lot of nicknames. Kind of like me in real life, you know. I give people a lot of nicknames, and it's not to be cruel or anything, you know. Um, I am half Dominican, so being raised up in the Dominican Republic from time to time, over there we grew up with a lot of anime, right? I remember like we had a president, and he was given a presidential election. I mean, he was given a presidential speech. Oh my God, he was given a presidential speech, and halfway between the speech, he looked at his clock, and he had said, "Hey, yo, it's 5:30. It's time to go because they're giving Goku." And that's what they call, you know, Dragon Ball Z. They call it Goku since Goku is the protagonist, right? So he real deal stopped his presidential speech just to go watch Dragon Ball Z. I remember, you know, there was a time in the Dominican Republic where everything just used to stop. Everything just used to freeze. You know, people used to get out of school to go to the nearest store that had a TV just so that they could watch Dragon Ball Z. So that's crazy, you know. So we grew up with a whole bunch of anime, Knights of the Zodiac, Dragon Ball Z, something called Scorpio, which he was like this military type dude, secret thing, you know. What else? They had a lot of things. They had like the Doraemon, or Doraemon, however you want to call it. Yeah, those were really good times. And even Ranma one half, like they give this like on actual like regular local TV. Naruto and all of that was given on regular local TV. You know, so what people had to find over here in the states online or go to a video store. At that time where they had the VCRs and the VHS tapes and all that stuff. People had to go to the stores and get it. We used to see it on regular TV. So we're big anime fans. I know there's still people that when they talk to you, they will give you like an analogy, and they were like, "Yeah, man, because I'll slam you like Goku slammed, or whatever." Oh man, it's just retarded. It's just very stupid, but at the same time, it's good, man. It's good. So I grew up in a very, very anime-based type situation, right? Oh my god. So yeah, like I was saying, my protagonist, he has an iteration of me and the nickname. So the nickname in over there in the Dominican Republic is they give everybody a nickname. It's not they're trying to be cruel or anything. It's just this is the way we are or they are, whatever, same thing. And and it's very cool, man. It's very cool. People don't really get mad. Sometimes, okay, sometimes there's one thing that goes down or whatever. Okay, yeah, I can understand that. But um, they don't really go crazy and stuff. I never really seen anybody like being depressed over like name calling and stuff. So yeah, Mumby does a lot of name calling. Mumby he does do a lot of name calling within the series. Like this guy right here, right? His name is Jose, but he calls him Gas Mask. And Palin, which is the secondary main character, he's a very unique looking character, and he has four different colors of hair because he uses like swords, but he creates them out of the elements. So he'll have like the elements of flame sword, elements of aqua sword, et cetera, et cetera. And his hair is in a multiple format, right? Red, blue, green, brown. Same thing with his eyes is red, blue, green, brown. And Mumby calls them, Mr. Rainbow. And throughout the story, you just see Mumby give all these characters different nicknames. Big Beard, Magic Radio, Old Man, into a whole bunch of different stuff, and it's just really, really gives you a really fun time. So it's just a piece of me and Mumby to make him who he is. And once you have a character like that has his own personality, I believe, they become easier to write. Correct. This is where the character writes itself stuff comes from. So yeah, man, I think that's awesome. I do think that's awesome. Let me see. So yeah, what we got to do now is we're pretty much still messing around with the shadow. It's not the shadows of the rocks, but shadow of like the actual character on which we're going to do. So that's something. So let me see. Bum, 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 bum. Sometimes you need some concentration. You see, like I just stop. I'm trying to figure out in my head, how I want for the shadow to play out, and how it goes with the rocks, etc., etc., etc. What type of situation do I want for the stuff to be in? So yeah. Okay, so we're still doing good, right? Well, we're what, like 1 hour in within the live stream, I believe. So yeah, let's just hope this really uploads after I'm done. Like I said, I've never messed around with StreamYard, so I don't really know if it's gonna save or not. I really hope it does, because that would suck if it doesn't. Like it would really, really, really suck if it doesn't. I just noticed that I missed something, and it's going to be screen tone pressure. So yeah, around this phase, you have to be really careful. Like I say, I do advise you to have your stuff on separate layers, right? At this point, you should have your stuff on separate layers. I mean, you can always hit the back button. I'm just used to just hitting the back button or erasing something. I don't really care. But if you're doing your stuff digitally from start to finish, and et cetera, have your stuff on different layers. So that way, when something goes wrong, you know exactly where it went wrong and how to fix it and everything else. Because if you do not, it's just going to be crazy. Stuff is just going to be crazy. And I advise you that it doesn't go crazy, pretty much, from what I'm saying. So yeah, let's start doing the shadow to the rocks now. Bum, 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 bum. No. This is not the right color. And the right color should be this one. All right. So this is where I start thinking, all right, how shadow is very important. I just finished overlapping something. Like I said, I'll go back and forth with this, fix it like this. To me, it's really no big deal. A lot of people see that as time consuming, which it is time consuming. It is. I understand that it is, but everybody have their own ways of doing things, right? Everybody has their own secret ways or little stuff that they created. Like I said, I'm new to Krita. I am actually new to Krita, so it's a lot of things I still have to learn. A lot of things I still have to learn. Like I say, stay tuned if you guys want to see more finished pictures, because there is going to be some finished pictures around here, and we're going to see what's up. So yeah, so pretty much now is just down to doing the shadows of everything else. So should be right around here. So we're doing the whole shadow situation. Go back to see how does it look. Sometimes when you're messing with rocks, man, there's rocks that can overlap the others, and I advise you to zoom out so that way your eyes can see where you're at again. Because you will get confused. Rocks. I try to do different lined width, if you can see, of what's up top, what's not, what's closer to you, what's not. That helps out a lot as well for you to figure out what's there, what's not. See, like right now, that line, I don't know what it is. Is that a different rock? Is that the same rock? Is it just curving or what? So what I do is that, of course, you go back out, and I start seeing that rock actually finishes there. So this actually goes into the other part of rock. The shadow is that. But at the same time, I didn't know if it was part of another one or not. So by the way shadow acts, this rock will go all the way over here. The shadow of the rock will meet over here. That'll be good, right? Let's see. Yeah, Pretty much, this is the shadow of the dude and the hand, and I got to do these shadows on the rocks as well since they're being lifted up. That's another situation they take into um, consideration as well. What's being lifted up, what's not being lifted up, and stuff like that. So yeah, let's keep on going. So now I found a little hiccup here. Fix that. Go back. And let's start doing the other rock formations. So basically, this is another rock, which we have right here. So yeah, another thing that I have to say, this I see people online that they have troubles with certain things, certain body parts. Mostly is anatomy, and when it's anatomy and stuff like that, all I have to say is practice on it. You practice and you practice on it, and you build on your weakness so it can become a strength, right? Like I remember, man, I used to make some really big heads. It wasn't really the head; it was like the hair. It was like surprisingly large, That was crazy. Until you start to figure out, you know, the anatomy and the gist of everything, things start to go good. So this rock right here is being lifted up, and there, some type of shadowy figure that you got to give it, pretty much, so that you know where that rock came from. Um, let's say that this shadow figure would be something around these parts. I believe correctly. Should be something around these parts. Yeah, something right around these parts. This one being lifted up as well. So yeah. Believe me, light, shadow, and everything else is that's another task that you have to tackle later down the line. Stuff that you have to tackle later down the line because there's stuff that they're important. They're important for a reason because it makes the comic or graphic novel or manga, whatever you're doing, pop out a little bit more to life, right? This will be the shadow of this rock that's up here. So yeah, since this one is pretty much in front of this one, but going up in the air at the same time. Take all of that into consideration. So let's do the little rocks now. How far away is the little rock? See? Thought this was part of the floor, which is not. But we handle that. No problem. Let's go to the other rock. Floating right next to it. And let's do this. All right, so I think that's coming out good. All right, so let's go into the others. Oh, no. Okay. So we're still on the shadow parts. But yeah, like I was saying, let me guys know. I mean, yeah, just let me know what type of questions do you have. Just leave it in the comments. If you're watching this live or you're going to watch it later on, and leave if StreamYard lets me save this whole live stream, just let me know in the comment. For real. And I'm wondering, does it seem glitchy or anything, or I really can't see the resolution of anything. I hope it doesn't look glitchy. No, I don't think it looks glitchy. Yeah, it looks all good. In the future, if there's any other people that are artists or working on stuff, and I don't know, you want to be part of this stream, just hit me up and I'll send you a link right through StreamYard, right? The link up, talk crap, color or draw or whatever it is that you're doing. Mhm. So yeah. My bad that I'm not really talking. I've been, concentration mode on these shadows and stuff. But yeah, so in total, I have working on this project. I think it's going for like 2 years or something like that. Almost 2 years, probably. I'm pretty sure it's like 2 years. But yeah, it's in the range of 2 years. I got a lot of things done. I got a lot of things set in stone, seasons, chapters, a lot of characters. Like I designed 55 characters. I designed a whole way of how the village looks and everything. All this takes into consideration when you're doing, world building, storytelling, all of that. It's a big puzzle that you have to unravel and make it real within your story, right? Going down to lore, if you have lore. Um, I know a lot of people like to use like ancient mythology lores and stuff like that from the Greeks, and which there's nothing wrong with it. It's it's famous for a reason, right? Because it's good, and a lot of people know about it. Um, I use it from here and there. Like um, there's a little section that you're gonna see that it's from a lore that I use with my story. Part of the adventure part, like right when you get to chapter 9 and above, is like a big adventure reach. Chapters 1 through 8 is pretty much setting up the plot of everything, right? To make sure that the story goes down in a good track. It's not, I don't give you the entire plot of the whole situation, but I give you enough. And then chapters 9 and above is just this big adventure that you see Mumby embark in. Is very cool. All the crazy stuff he gets into, all the stuff he has to do, the people that he meets, all of that. It's just very crazy. The type of system that I start to implement within the story, all of that just changes. It's a really big change, a really, really, really big change. And that's all going to be part of the journey of what Mumby is. So, let me zoom out for a second. Okay, so far, this is what we're working with, right? Getting all of this into that. And gotta shade this one now. Well, let's go into the shading of the other rock. So shading in this rock right here, it kind of looks like roses. To be totally honest with you, like the rock shapes, the way how the shape of the rock looks, it looks like roses. Really, I was trying to imagine how would it look if the rocks, the ground underneath the rocks, the ground underneath your feet would pretty much pop up because you're causing it to pop up, right? There's a force that's causing it to lift up, so it won't be something natural, right? Like if it's an earthquake, you'll see how it breaks up because an earthquake is this random rip of energy of like the earth ripping, right? And causing this whole tremble and whole different type of alliance, like a spider web type reaction, right? But this would be a little bit different. It's kind of like if you're ripping the ground up. So I wanted to look for a really cool effect, and it just went through my mind. I don't know. It just looked like rose petal to me because rose petal, that's what it kind of looks like. It looks like if it's ripping up, like if it's going upwards. So yeah, these are things that you think about. These are things that become part of your style once you really find out how you want to do it. It's just little things like that that takes time. But yeah, I think we are almost finishing with the shadows of these rocks. If I believe correctly, how do we have it so far? Bam, 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 bam. Seeing this one over here, but this one over here doesn't have a shadow. The shadow going this way. So that shadow should be done. Now let's go up to the shadows from the rocks up above, right? The rocks up above. So yeah, so let me know if you guys really enjoy this type of way of storytelling, storytelling of live streaming, or what you guys want to see me do more grayscaling in the future, or coming in with a couple of people, talking about our series, or what. I don't think I can live stream every day. uh, yeah, nah, I don't think the whole live streaming every day would work. But let's see how far I can really do these live streams. So like I said before, I don't want to be giving away too much. Different page works, especially since these pages have already been lettered. That's the problem. They have already been lettered, and that's why I don't really want to show off the text. I'll show off the page anytime. I don't really care. But since they're lettered, there's a difference. There's a difference going on. So are these going underneath it, or it is going underneath? So let's make this a little bit more darker. I see something here I got to erase. So let's make that into a darker one. This one should be a darker tone. Let's just say this part only. It's going sideways. The shadow will be hitting the edge part only. This one would be affected. This one will be affected a little bit. Let's just affect this part too. And this one right here, it's underneath this one, but I believe, okay, yeah, this one is going underneath a little bit. So let's affect this. No subas o mucho. Let's affect this. Give shadow on these rocks back here. Not too much. It has to come out, right? Let's see. Okay, so we're still online. We're still online. That's what's up. I saw something on my phone that said like the connection to the server timed out, and I was like, whoa. But now we're still here. I hope that doesn't happen. So, always try to keep a keen eye. What has shadow? What doesn't? Where do shadow go? Like this right here, this part right here would be quite a doozy because this one is in the air, but it's making a shadow. It's making a shadow. The shadow that one makes would be right through here. Bam, bam, bam. So yeah, guys, if you guys have any series you're thinking about making, I advise you, start now. Start now. There's never a better time to start than right now. Just believe me, just go ahead and jump in. If you don't jump in, then you look back a couple of years later and say, oh man, I should have started that project that I said I was going to do a few years back. And that keeps escalating and we only have a certain amount of time to be here, right? So why not finish a couple of things? Why not finish a couple of things? I know there's a lot of people that like to listen to podcasts or listen to different things when they're drawing. I'm one of them, and it's just there to be in the background for when I'm actually doing things, because instead of hearing nothing, I would rather hear something. But it has to be boring enough that I don't really care too much about it. But at the same time, it shouldn't be too boring, because if it is, I'm going to lose interest of the whole entire thing. So, okay, I see what's going on over here. This one right here needs some shadow. Always try to pay attention to how the shape of the stuff that you're shadowing looks like, because that really makes a difference. It really truly makes a difference. Then it actually becomes believable. And let's do a little shadow technique over here. Give it a little bit more credibility. All right. So, like I said, I am new to this whole situation, but I develop my own ways and do things my way. And hopefully, it looks all right by what I can see. So let's see what's going on. Around this time, I back up and I start to study the page to see if I got everything down packed correctly. Um, okay, yeah. Let's see one thing that I need to do. That would to be, first of all, fix this. Second of all, grab this here. Grab this here. Let me see. Grab this here. All right. Now let's give this the darker shadow tone now. Let's put in something through here. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, and if you guys want to know what type of tablet I'm using, I am using a Huion GT191 tablet. That is the tablet I'm using. Don't need to go all out to have good art, right? I mean, yeah, sometimes good things make a difference. It does. I'm not saying it doesn't, but at the same time, you can make things happen. You can make things work. You don't necessarily always have to have the best equipment or the best stuff. So does that give a little bit more depth? Yes, it does. Now, give me one moment. Let me see. Pum pum pum. Really analyze everything. Go ahead and colors. Things look all right. Truly does. Now to go for like the whole little scratch part of it. I like to do the scratches. Let's give it a lighter tones on where the scratches are at. Just like different little things, just like this, like even like the little scratches that you give it, can really set the whole tone of the picture. Can really make it look different. Sometimes the little details really does make a difference. It does. Let's see. So like I was saying earlier as well, I'm giving out shout outs and stuff, but I don't know who has joined in and who hasn't. But if you want to see more work of our stuff, like I said, go ahead and go to Instagram at Slap Punch Enterprise, so you can see finished pages of mine, artwork of mine for our other artists that's within Slap Punch Entertainment. I mean Slap Punch Enterprise. I'm sorry. It would be under Mitsu Blinger for the creator of Oshimaru, The Legend of Samurai, and at Beyond Perfect for the creator of Caster Trials. If you want to look them up, so you can see their awesome artwork as well. So yeah. I hope you guys are enjoying the stream. If you're in the live stream, if you're watching it after the live stream, I hope you enjoy it as well. You want to use it as a podcast, you can. You want to feel like someone's there with you while you're drawing or you're hanging out. That's another one. Like I said, if you're an artist that draws and make your own stuff, and you want to come along, just let me know. I'll send you a link through StreamYard. We can link up, hang up, and do art, make art. So yeah, right now I'm just focusing on all the little scratches to give it a better looking effect when I do finish all the scratches. Pom, pom, pom. Now rocks as well, even though I don't really think about it too much, but rocks have to have some type of shape, right? I know people's eyes picture nature sometimes, a certain different way. Even if you make a messed up tree, the human eye will depict it at, that's a tree or that's a bush or, or this is this or this is that, etc. That's a mountain. I mean, yeah, of course, but at the same time, try to make your own stylization of like rocks or trees or bushes, pretty much that way you have your readers or your fans or whatnot already know what's what once they come in and they look at it. So that would be dope as well. Let's see. The little scratches take time. They do, but at the end they give you a really good result. Give you a really good end result. You're looking for more scratches. I just found some. You're here. So another one up here. Bam. Another one here. Bam. So yeah. One down here. So yeah, I think it looks dope. So far, right? I mean, if it doesn't, just let me know. It is what it is. It is what it is. So give me a moment. So yeah, like I said before, sorry. Sometimes I go really silent. I'm trying to concentrate to see different little things, making sure that things do not escape me. I said it's the first time I'm live streaming like this, showing my screen. Bueno, se llama, me conlleva ya. Live streaming like this, showing my screen and talking to you guys at the same time. I am not really used to this. But after the time, let's see. Your mouth gets really dry when you're talking and talking and talking for an hour. So that's one thing. Now another thing that I need to worry about would be right here. Let me give it an outline. I could do it in white, just erase, but let me go ahead and give it a thin outline so that way you can in picture of where is the character's body a little bit easier. Yeah. due to that the same color clothes, the same color as the rocks, you know, makes it a little bit difficult. But it's the same color clothes as the rocks for a reason, and it's because I do I have everything with a color scheme already attached in my mind. Everything has a color scheme, right? So, since everything already has a color scheme, I already know what certain stuff colors are, and I already have all of that in pictured in my head. So whatever color it is, that's the grade that I'm going to use. If that makes sense. I don't know if it makes sense to you or what, but I hope it makes sense to you. So, oh, hold up. Wrong thing. Boom. So we're here. Okay, everything looks good so far.
Get him out of the chair. Would you please hurry up?
Yeah, I believe everything looks right. So yeah, bow down before your king. Let me just save this real quick. I'm not done with the image. But yeah, saving that real quick. Let me just go ahead and exit out. And what I am going to show you now, let me go back into Streamlab. And I am going to show you where my, just give me a moment. I'm going to show you a couple of pages that I have already created thus far. Looking for it right now. So that you guys can see different things that I already have. So, where am I? Okay, so this is, this one is Critter. No wonder. So let me do a screen share with what now should be this one. Yeah, I'm still figuring out StreamYard, so sorry about that. So we're going to see this one right now. These are some pages that I've already have done. If you want to go see it, check it out on Instagram, you can. But I just want to show you, like the different grades I already have. So let me hide this and move on to the next pages. That one as well is another one. This one. But yeah, so that way you could get like a notion of the different type of pages I already have done. This is my main character right here, Mumby, and the gas mask dude that Mumby is fighting against, Jose, the one that's doing all the rocks, that's him. So yeah, so just so that you guys can get like a little better picture of the pages that I've done already thus far, grayscale. Like I said, I'm not an expert on grayscaling. Of course not. So let's go back to Critter, because I am almost going to end this live stream because I have to eat. Yeah, I'm hungry. Artists got to eat too, right? Supposedly. I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't even know why I even closed Critter. That really made no sense. Why? I don't know. I mean, we're here now, right? Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Okay, so we're back in Critter. The image loaded up, and yeah, like I said, everything looks good thus far. Let's hide this up. Can you hide the option? Okay, I understand. StreamYard is now sharing. Ugh. This is becoming annoying. Let me see something. Well, whatever. It is what it is. Finally, it says hide. Wow. So, they are fighting at night. It is a night environment. At the same time, I don't want to mess this up and give it a very, very dark palette from behind. But at the same time, there should be some type of palette going on. Let's go in with this one. So I go in with this one. Fix this up. Put this up here. Have this a little bit more. Let's give it some gray behind it, right? Now, every time I use this brush, for some reason, Critter starts to lag. Now, I don't know if that's the brush itself, since it has like a lot of little circles, but it's just really just this one brush that does it. I have no understanding of why, but it does. It truly, truly, really does. I didn't want to leave it as a white background. I wanted to give it some color. I will be erasing the rest. It's just easier to just color it like this and then erase all the border lines, because every time I start thinking about these little border lines and all these other stuff, it gets really annoying. Everybody has their own way of doing it. At the end of the day, that's what it is. Everybody has their own way. So yeah, let's give it some color. Let's go ahead and put this up here. I really like the way how the shading came out, all the shades of like the rocks and stuff. I believe it came out dope. I don't know. Some people might not believe the same thing, but it is what it is. They always say that the beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, right? That's what they say. I don't know if it's true or not. That's what they say. Beauty is within the eyes of the beholder. It makes sense sometimes. It does. It makes sense sometimes. Sometimes it just doesn't make sense at all. This brush right here, if you guys are new to Critter, like I am, this is a brush that works with pressure. So depending on how much pressure you actually put on it, would be how dark of a tone you get for it. Like this is a really, really light gray, and I mostly use this like on tears. Like if there's any teardrops, sweat, spit, like the clouds and stuff like that. I use it, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah. Bam, bam, bam. Make sure I get every nook and cranny, which is really not even important for me to get every nook and cranny, because then I do a borderline of whites around everything. But I just find it that it's easier, right? It should be easier. So yeah, all of that's gonna have a border. I already did this part. Seems like it. Let me back up. Gotta back up from time to time. And that's too much backed up. Um, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm set, right? Yeah, I should be set. So yeah, this is my boy Gas Mask or Jose or whatever it is they want to call it. Uh, it is a good battle between him and Mumby. There's a lot of visuals. There's a lot of I don't want to say eye candy because that's not what I'm talking about at all. But yeah, it's a lot of cool shot scenes in here when it comes to the actual fighting. Things do look dope. So now what I do, I go with the eraser and I start erasing the edges of the whole situation so that you can see better. And I really like how it turns out the effects of the edges being erased. It kind of it kind of gives me like that. I don't know if you guys have played trading card games or whatnot, but there's these rare cards that come out and it has like the same like glossy effect, and then when a card is like full art, meaning that it kind of like pops out the card, the art pops out. It has like this cool borderline around it that you can touch and it's kind of rigid, and that's how it looks like, And I really really liked the way how that came out. The very first time I did it, I was like, oh man, this reminds me of such and such, and I really liked it. I really liked how it started looking and the style and sense and all of that. So I just kept doing it, of course, not to every picture, just pictures that supposed to have a darkened background and situation like that. Like this is supposed to have a darkened background, but since there's a lot of things already on this page that is quite dark itself already, I don't want to give it this over the top, really muddy looking feel, right? I want for the reader to enjoy the art of what they're seeing. Now, there are some situations for you to bring out the mood that you have to do it like that, which is understandable. That's just how the mood is being placed. So, yeah. So, yes. We're still on here. We're still messing around. Like it's been an hour and something, right? 2 hours. Oh my god. It, oh man, I didn't notice it's been 2 hours. I've been wow. I've been talking for 2 hours. I've been rambling around for 2 hours. If I wasn't talking, I would have been done with this a little bit faster. Yeah, a lot sooner. Now, when there's a lot of panels on one page, that's when I really take some time. I'm not gonna lie to you. Different things I have to keep on grayscaling and doing this and doing that, making sure the background, everything is detailed, you know. So those are the pages that really take up my time when there's different panels, And when I'm talking about different panels, I'm not talking about, oh yeah, there's 3 panels here or there's 4 panels. No, I have pages that have some panels, like 8 panels, 9 panels, and that's when it has a sequential flow that it flows naturally. It doesn't look cluttered. I don't tend to make things look cluttered. Even though one guy one time on Instagram told me that I gave away too much art within. Oh my god, the dude was saying that I give away too much art. Which that makes no sense for me whatsoever. But whatever. I can understand that you could clutter up a panel or a page with how much stuff you put into it. Yeah. But I don't think that's what he was saying. He was saying that I'm literally giving away like too much art. I don't know. I don't know. Or whatever. Power to him. It is what it is. So what I'm doing now, I'm making sure that everything is erased from what I colored before, because it's a tendency of that happening. Like, I can see it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I can see it. I've gotten quite used to how it looks and how it doesn't. Like all of this has been affected. Mhm. All of this down here. Go ahead and clean this up. So yeah, to me, it's just a little bit easier when I come in, just color the whole thing, and then erase what I don't want to be colored. Pretty much. At the same time, I don't have to be thinking about, oh man, did I do this? Oh man, did I do that? Did I go over here? Or over there? You know. But at the same time, I am an amateur. I'm not a pro artist. I'm just doing my own thing, and hopefully, you guys like it. I'm not saying hit the like button. I mean, I don't really care about that. I don't really care about people hitting the like button, not hitting the like button. It's just whatever, you know. Now, caring about if you like the art, that's something a little different. Like, who doesn't want for their art to be likable, right? Whichever artist that's out there that says that they don't want for their art to be acknowledged is a little. I mean, there could be people like that. Like, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, I just find it to be a little weird. You know, I would like for people to acknowledge my art. Now, at the same time, I have the rule that if they don't acknowledge it, because they just that's not their cup of tea. There's nothing you can do about that. It's not their cup of tea. Not everybody's gonna like the stuff. That's totally fine. And one thing is, you have to learn how to tell the difference between somebody who's just trying to tell you something just to tell you because you actually are doing it, you know, against somebody who's telling you something to actually help you out. Don't take advice from anybody. Only take advice from credible sources, Like I would say, like, and this is nothing against anybody's mother or anything. I know that once you start off a conversation like that, it's already weird. We're like, oh no, he's gonna say something. No, 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 no. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, you go and you show your art to your mother or to your father, or to your family member. They're gonna tell you right away, oh yeah, it looks good. And if you tell them, give me your real opinion, what do you really think about it? Most of the time it's that they don't want you to feel bad. So they're never going to give you really a really really good opinion unless they really know about this, they really trying to help you out, and they're really going to give you their 2 cents of what do they actually think. If that's not what's going on, don't ask them. Go to a friend or go to a place that that they're going to critique you the correct way, right? Because anybody could tell you, oh, the anatomy's bad, right? And they always will tell you that the anatomy looks bad, but once you ask them, okay, but but what is it about the anatomy that looks bad? And they tell you, well, the anatomy looks bad, and that's all they have to. Man, don't. That's not the type of people you want to give you honest opinions about your art. Now they tell you, well, it looks bad because such and such and such and such, or your arms are supposed to be as the length of this, or your head is supposed to be, I don't know, half of the length of your body, and your legs are supposed to be this, or this is supposed to be that, or that camera angle doesn't look right. Because if you look at it on this way, this is the effect that you'll get, etc. That's the type of person you want to critique your stuff. Because one, that person is knowledgeable about what you're doing, and two, they're actually trying to help you out. Of what people call tough love, you know, but I don't really call it tough love. I just call it the truth. That's what you need in your life. You need a little bit dose of the truth. Oh man, I don't even know how I even got into this conversation, but I got into this conversation somehow, right? At least I'm doing conversation. It's good to have conversation. Now I'm not gonna lie to you. There's a lot of people that go online and they don't read the comments or anything, and if there's comments, and they just do a whole entire live stream, and they can talk and talk and talk and have endless conversations of different stuff. And it's like if everything's good, and those people are actually watchable. I hope I can do that. Um, I hope that happens for real. I truly hope it does. There's people that without having somebody there, it feels like somebody is there. Those are the best streams to watch. It really is. Those are the best streams to watch. You find a streamer that can make you feel that way without him or her having anybody there, and they make it seem like somebody is there and they just have like the time of their lives. Yeah, man, stick with those people. Those are the people that are really truly passionate. I believe. I don't know. Really truly passionate about what they do, about what they do, what they do. I'm sorry. I'm I'm butchering everything today. Butchering a whole bunch of stuff today. That's how stuff goes down. So now, to erase all the crap that needs to be erased, let's get the big guy. But yeah, I think we're doing a good job so far. Or thus far, thusly, something like that. I think it's thus far. I believe that's the correct terminology to it. But yeah, like I said, let me know if you guys actually enjoyed it, if you actually like the art or my art or the stream, was it chilled, was it not chilled, or what. Like I said, I'm not a pro on Critter. I haven't looked up anything. I haven't really messed around with all the tools either, which that's on me. I really think I should have been messing around with the tools, just due to the fact that, what can I say? Oh, due to the fact that, see this right here, sometimes this happens. You gotta let that go. Um, yeah, due to the fact that there's a couple of tools that would probably make my process go a little bit faster, right? Easier, dependable. Instead of me going a little slow mo. But at the same time, a day I grayscale 3, 4, 5 pages a day. The other day I did 6 pages grayscale, so it's not really a bother to me. It all really depends if you have something to do that day, or you have nothing to do that day, or you just really, concentrated on your stuff. Lots of times I put on YouTube, listen to people talk, podcasts and stuff like that, other artists. and I just sit here all day and sketch, ink, grayscale, draw, come up with plots, create characters, all of that good stuff, all of that good stuff. Wow, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm actually hungry. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. And I haven't eaten. Woof. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Today I woke up almost at 12 o'clock, around 12, and I haven't eaten absolutely anything. To be totally honest with you, I had a cup of juice. I drank a cup of juice. That's what I did. I drank a cup of juice, and that's all. That's all we did. Now I'm seeing a little hiccup here. See, that's why I should have went into the original file of the critter and did it. So, guys, don't do this. Go into the original file and make sure you could go back to the layers and stuff like that. Then, you know, stuff get a little bit weird. So yeah, but whatever, we got that down packed. What's next? Right now, what we're doing, we're just borderlining the rocks, cleaning the rocks, make sure they look nice and polished. Can you imagine just like, I don't know, you having a whole story about, like Pokemon, right? Pokemon. And the starter, for those who know about Pokemon, or for those who don't know, Pokemon is this Japanese cartoon animation stuff. A lot of people don't consider it as an anime because I don't know why, but whatever. Um, and they have these monsters and they battle these monsters, similar to what Digimon is. Not saying that Pokemon and Digimon are the same. I know that will cause like a, a catastrophe war or something. Um, I mean, I like them both, but that's not the point here. The point here is that they walk around. Mainly the main character is always walking around with one of his monsters out there. Hence, Ash Ketchum with Pikachu out there, right? What if Ash Ketchum instead of Pikachu would have had, I don't know, Onyx, or he would have had Graveler or something like that, which is this big old giant snake that, that's built out of rocks. And the creator had to keep drawing those rocks over and over and over on every page. That becomes very tiresome. And the reason why I'm saying this is because there's certain things that are going to be very repetitive, and you have to think about that when it comes to creating your characters, and you have to really watch out of what you want. You absolutely do. You do. So that's why there are people that have this knack of creating a good looking character, but with the utmost simplicity that I've ever seen in my life. And when you can perform that, I'm gonna tell you the truth. You got it. You absolutely have it. Now, are there characters out there that just look badass, like seriously badass, that their clothes are like on another level? Yeah, oh yeah, there is. But just imagine you drawing that character over and over and over again, especially if it's the main character or part of the main cast, where he is damn near in every panel and every page that you draw. It becomes a hassle. So basically, that's what I'm trying to say. You guys that are thinking about powers, techniques, cool looking characters and stuff, always make sure that you can tolerate drawing that character over and over and over and over and over again while you're getting tired of it. you know, pretty much. I'm not complaining here. It's just giving you some advice. Giving you some advice. I see these people that they have these characters that have like these crazy looking armors, and I'm not gonna lie to you, the armor looks awesome. The armor looks like it's on another level, right? Crazy looking armor. The character looks insane, just nice all the way around. But I can imagine how he or she takes all their time doing that. It's crazy. I can't take all my time doing that. I can imagine how long would it actually take you to pump out a chapter of that, of this just like really ridiculously cool looking thing, panel after panel. I can imagine that there's going to be a lot of headshots. like, oh man, yeah. I mean, headshots are a thing, man. They are. They're there for a reason, and that's to give one to emphasize when something really happens, when there's like some type of facial expression that you really want to show that looks good. Okay, yeah, that's what headshots are for. But also at the same time, people don't believe that artists take headshots on purpose so they want to draw out the entire character. You don't draw out the entire character, and you'll be a little bit better. So this live stream is already going for 2 hours. We're 2 hours long. Let me wrap this up, because this is getting a little bit too ridiculous. 2 hours long for a live stream of just me. It's just it's just a little crazy. Can't be just me on this live stream. And like I said, it's the first time you're live streaming, doing stuff, and I hope you guys like it. If you're here for the live stream, you're here. If you see me after the live stream, it's all good. Don't even worry about it. If StreamYard lets me save it. I keep saying this because I be having like the worst of luck when it comes to like different things like this. Oh yeah, whatever, whatever, and then turn out to be nope. Oh yeah, it can't even be saved. You'll be like, oh man, what happened? Life happened. Oh man, yeah. Life happened. Well, what happened? Life, man. It just caught me without me knowing. So yes. We are doing this. So, does it look better so far? Yes, it does. There's something. Okay, yeah, I knew it was something that I missed. I was just calling it out too. What I missed is right over here. Yeah, we should be good to go. So yeah, guys, this should be the page. Let me know how you guys like it. So yeah, started and finished the page on this live stream. Let me exit out of here. let me go into this over here. I'm looking for something right now. It's going to be this. Go in here, remove from screen, stop the screen in total, share screen, and we go into application window and see this one. So yeah, guys, this is the piece that we did today on this live stream. Jose, aka Gas Mask, like Mummy tells him, bow down to your king type stuff. And yeah, hopefully in the future there will be some more live streams. There'll be some more videos like this, hopefully with other creators alongside here. Let me know if you guys actually liked the image that you see in here, how I colored it, etc., etc. And yeah, just go ahead and let me know. It's your boy Gabi over here from Slap Punch Enterprise, and peace out. Well, before I say peace out, let me actually stop the whole situation, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah, peace out.